again, I'm Teresa, and this week I'll be making a dessert. My dessert this week is going to be a cream cheese apple turnover, and the ingredients I will be using is Philadelphia cream cheese with some mascarpone cheese, apples which I've cut into little cubes, raisins, pecans, and for my turnover I'm actually using just the puff pastry that I've purchased in the store. So to start the dessert, I'm going to be sauteing my apples, and I've got the pan here going. And I've got in here a couple tablespoons of butter, and I'll add my apples to this, and I've actually put a little bit of lemon juice in the apples as well. And I've got a half a cup of sugar. And I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon, about a quarter teaspoon. Now we'll just saute these until they're caramelized, which takes usually 2 to 3 minutes. Now once these caramelize, we're going to add in the raisins and the nuts as well. Okay, as you can see, the apples are nice and caramelized, so I'm just going to add the raisins and the nuts. So about half a cup of raisins and half a cup of pecans, and we'll just stir this around for a bit, just to coat everything. Now to this mixture I'm going to add a little bit of water and cornstarch, just to thicken it a bit. This resembles an apple pie filling. So we cook this down for about a minute or so, and then I'm going to let it cool, and we'll add this filling to our cheeses. But you want to make sure this is nice and cold before we do that. So I've already got some made on the other counter here, so we'll just move over to here, and we'll be using this one because it's at room temperature. Now, like I said earlier, this is puff pastry, which I'm going to roll out. Just flour the counter here. And you want it fairly thin, because this does rise really nicely once it's baked. Probably go to about a quarter of an inch thick, I guess. You want to be able to make, out of one patty, you want to be able to make 4 turnovers. So once your dough is rolled out, you want to cut it into 4 squares. And if you want the turnovers smaller, you can actually cut them smaller. Now I've got my filling here, which I'm going to mix in with my cheeses. And the cheese is at room temperature, so it makes it easier to mix. Now what we do is, I have some egg wash here, and I'm going to brush the edges. That way they stick good and the filling doesn't run out. I'll do a couple of them here for you. Then you want to put at least a tablespoon or so of filling in the center. There we go. Put a little bit more in this one. And you just want to bring it over to one side and leave a little bit of an edge, and then you want to crimp that up. That way the filling stays inside and not, when you bake it, it doesn't come out. We'll do this one as well. Press it down, leave about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch edge, and then just crimp it up. That way all the filling will seal inside. And we'll take these, and I like to just cut a couple of holes in the top just to let the steam out. Then we'll place them on a baking sheet, and I like to use parchment paper on the bottom. And again, I'll use my egg wash here. And that way they just bake up to a nice golden color. There we go. So I'll do these two as well. So with this recipe you could probably do, I'd say 8 to 10 fair-sized turnovers. Now, like I said, if you make them smaller than what I'm doing here, you probably make up to a dozen. Okay, so we'll just fold them over, and then crimp up the sides again. There we go. And set that down there. One more. Again, brush them. And there you have it. Now these we're going to bake in the 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes or so, or until golden brown. So I'm just going to set these in the oven. Okay, now here I have some that I baked earlier, and they're cooled down. And to serve them, I like to place it on a plate. And I've made caramel sauce here, which is just basically sugar, water, and cream. And I like to pour some caramel over them. And there you have it. You could actually serve this with ice cream as well, or whipped cream. But I'm going to cut into one just to show you what it looks like. And there you have it. And I can't resist. I have to try a bite. Dessert is always my favorite part of the meal. Delicious. And that caramel sauce just makes it. We'll try these and I hope you enjoy them.